everybody. Let's see who we got in here. We got Connie, Gladys. Oh, Connie and Gladys. It shows we got three waiting, but one person is a silent viewer, evidently, because they're not in chat right now. But that's okay. We'll have some more people coming in, I'm sure. Oh, it's been a hot one. It's 94 degrees here already. I've not done anything in the yard today. It's too hot. I was too tired from yesterday. I spent a lot of time out in the yard yesterday doing stuff, and I said, this is Sunday. I'm taking the day off, and that's exactly what I did. I did run to the store and just pick up a couple of little things I was out of. I did pick up a bag of garden potting mix, because as you know, I mix potting mix in with my compost, the dirt I've already got, and this garden soil that I've got, this pile of. And I mix it in with it because it's cheaper than buying that bark stuff. I can't remember the name of it, or cocoa core, that kind of thing. So I buy a bag of potting mix, and I mix it in with my compost, my dirt, the garden soil that was here. I just mix a little bit in with it, and it helps it keep it loose and draining real well. I mean, I want it to hold moisture, don't get me wrong, but I also want it to drain. I don't want my plants sitting in water to drown them. Oh, well, here I'm talking and I'm coughing. We got Nancy McKay that popped in. Misty's Pleasures of Life popped in. Sheila McDaniel, welcome, ladies. Shatika Woods, hello. Blessings to you. It's going to be nice to see how many people wanted to win Egyptian walking onions today to plant. We've got 13 watching so far. 7 thumbs up. Y'all don't forget to hit the thumbs up. How's Gladys today? And how's Connie? How's everybody else? How are you ladies doing today? I'm feeling great because, like I said, I took the day off. I've been lazy. Took me a nap before my live. Stayed out of the heat. That heat'll zap you, I tell you. It'll drain every bit of your energy. You live in an apartment. Well, if you got a window, you can plant Egyptian walking onions, because it just takes a little pot, as long as they get a little sunlight, and they come back every year. You eat the green tops off of them, and then they reseed themselves. Well, I've showed y'all in my videos how they produce the little baby onions to plant. Grandma Teresa, hello. She lives in an apartment and she can't grow them, but yeah, you can even grow them in an apartment if you've got like I said, a sunny window. No room. I understand that. I don't have any room in my house to put pots either. Everything I grow has to be outside. Nancy says, I'm not going to get out in the heat. Well, I've been trying to get out early in the morning because the temperature hasn't started to heat up yet. I get out there just about daylight almost. And I start, as soon as it's light enough I can see how to do something outside, I'm out there. Or I wait late in the evening, like this evening I may mow. I've taken all day off, but I still may get out there and start mowing today, this evening. Because the sun goes down about 7, I think. Things will be cooling off, and I'll have about 2 hours to mow, or 6:30, something like that. I'll have about 2 hours to mow before it gets dark. And it's a lot cooler at that time too, because the sun's gone, the sun is not bearing down on you so hard anymore. And there's Dolores. Hello. 94 here too. I hear you. It's hot. They mentioned we may have a chance of rain Wednesday. We need it because the way it's been hot these last few days, everything's drying up. And there's Susan. Yeah, you got to be careful in the heat. And you start getting hot and you start sweating like I do. I only work about an hour at a time before I have to come in and cool off. I'll sit down here next to one of the AC vents like I am right now at the table. And I'll drink something cold. I'll cool off, stop sweating, and then I go back out and do some more. And there's KB. Hello from Ohio. How is Kay doing today? Yeah, you got to be real careful working outside if it's hot in your state, like it is here. Oh, that sounds good, Susan. Broccoli, cheddar, chicken, and rice casserole in the crock pot. Well, I don't think I'm gonna cook. Let me get a cough drop so I can stop coughing. I don't think I'm going to cook this evening. I think I'm just going to make me a green salad because I've got some really nice looking lettuce still that I cut off of that head of lettuce that I planted. So I'm going to fix me a good green salad. And I've got a whole bowl of ripe tomatoes, and I've got that big cucumber. I think I got a radish or two in the refrigerator, so I'm going to make me a big salad for dinner tonight. Good week for chicken salad. Oh, yeah. It's a good time for not turning on the oven, that's for sure, but I've been doing it anyway. Got 21 in the house tonight, or this afternoon. It's pretty good already. Dolores says she doesn't do heat at all. Well, like I said, you got to be careful. You can't mind sweating because I literally soak my clothes in sweat the first hour I'm out there. And I have to come in and cool off and on, about every hour. I'm in here cooling off, getting something cold to drink. I sit down until I quit sweating, then I go back out. Yeah, I like a good salad too. Nice fresh salad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I sweat houseworking too. And I've got vacuum and dusting to do, and I haven't done it yet. And I'm not doing my laundry till probably Monday or Tuesday. Because I washed a couple of loads through the week. That's the thing, when you live alone, usually if I get a load of clothes piled up to wash, like maybe the dark clothes, I'll throw them in the washer, I'll wash them. I'm done. Get them dry. And then if I get a whole load of towels piled up, I'll throw my towels in there. And I don't do it all in the same day. It's just whenever the pile gets there. And then I try to once a week strip my beds and wash my sheets and my mattress cover and stuff like that. So I don't take just like maybe Saturday and do my laundry. Not since my kids don't live at home, I don't. I just wash a load at a time. Whenever it gets enough to fill the washer, I'll throw it in there and wash them. You haven't left your apartment? Well, I don't blame you. You know, it's too hot. Especially if you don't feel good, you don't need to go out in the heat. I know. I've been alone for a long time. My kids have grown and left home, got married many years ago, so I know exactly what you mean. It's hard cooking for one. That's one reason, I tell people in my videos, when I make a big pot of soup or a big pot of beans or a big meal, I make my own TV dinners. I freeze stuff. I don't sit there and eat that whole pot of soup. I've still got taco soup frozen in my or in my freezer. I mean, there's no way I can sit down and eat all of that at one time. I mean, but some of these recipes, if you don't do the whole recipe, it just, I don't know, you don't have much at all and it doesn't turn out right. I need watermelon. I do too, and I've got my watermelon here, and I was planning on cutting that today. I got my little watermelon. Where is it? I gave in the other day and I bought my little watermelon. And I'm not going to be able to eat all that. I'll have to put part of it in the refrigerator. Start drinking it in slushies and stuff like that I make. But this is called Mini Watermelon Pure at Heart. It's a Dulinchia seedless. But yeah, I finally got my watermelon. And there will no salt be put on my watermelon. I used to cringe when we had family get-togethers because they'd always chill the watermelon in a cooler with ice, take it out and cut it. And there's Melody. Hey there, how are you doing? But they'd start slicing up that watermelon, and I had uncles and cousins and aunts. A lot of them, the first thing they did was grab the salt shaker. They just covered that watermelon with salt. And I just cringed. I thought to myself, how can they do that to a good watermelon? I said, if I wanted salt, I'd just eat salt. Because that's what it's going to taste like. You covered that watermelon with that much salt. All you're going to taste is salt. You're not going to taste the watermelon. And they'd offer it to me, and I said, oh no, that salt's not touching my watermelon. No, thank you. And I ate mine just like it was cut. Just plain watermelon. To me, that's the way it's the best. Melanie says, I love salt on my watermelon. Don't judge me. I won't. I mean, hey, if you like salt on your watermelon or on your cantaloupe, more power to you. Eat all you want. No, I cannot bring myself to put salt on my watermelon or my cantaloupe. No, thank you. I'll eat it plain. Because I love the taste of watermelon and I love the taste of cantaloupe. You put salt on it, it don't taste the same. It changes the whole flavor of the watermelon and cantaloupe. Susan said in everything she ate, so she loves salt. Your mom always salted her watermelon, yeah? I guess it's whatever you get used to doing when you're growing up. If you started out putting salt on it because everybody told you that was the way to do it, then that's the way you do it. But me growing up, my dad didn't put salt on his watermelon. My mom didn't. And none of my brothers did that I'm aware of. They may do it now, but they never did when I was growing up. I don't remember ever seeing them put salt on it. On grapes too? No. Well, I put a little salt on some foods, but I'm not putting it on my watermelon, cantaloupe, or my grapes. No. Yeah, Susan. Oh, no, that's exactly right. Watermelon, cantaloupe, peaches, plums. Now I don't put it on my grapes. Well, why not? You put it on everything else. And I saw Craig come in. Hey, Craig, how are you doing today? I didn't mean to ignore you when you first popped in, but I did see you. Welcome to our chat. I think he's the only male we've got in chat so far that I can tell. Dolores. I don't know what she said. Susan, did you get my text? I said, I like a little soft on my watermelon, but I like it with or without. I like black pepper on my cantaloupe. Oh no. See, I guess it's just how you grew up and how you saw everybody around you eating it, I guess. I like black pepper, but again, I'm not putting it on my cantaloupe, and I'm not putting it on my watermelon. Your dad used to put salt in beer. That's funny, Melody. She said her dad used to put salt in his beer. I asked him why, and he said it kills the taste. So why drink it? He could drink him a glass of cold tea. You know, I forgot all about it being Father's Day. But my father's gone. He's been gone. Him and my mom have been gone for many years now, so. Yeah, that's a southern thing, and I never understood it either. Craig says, that's all right, my friend. Sheila said her dad put black pepper on cantaloupe. That one I don't understand. Hot day in Georgia. It's a hot day here in Texas, too, I'll tell you. That's why I stayed inside, other than just go to the car to go run to the store to pick up a few items. My mom's sister's in the hospital with internal bleeding. She is not going to make it, so I'm here with them. So if I disappear suddenly, it's because she's going to God. I'm so sorry, Connie. I'm glad you're here, but I hate that it's under those circumstances. And we certainly understand. Our prayers go out to you and your family. And I guess that's your aunt. And Misty said she put salt on her cantaloupe. Oh, you had it outside in the horse barn, a Father's Day celebration. Well, I bet you had a good time. I forgot all about it being Father's Day today. I guess my daughter-in-law may have done something for my son on Father's Day today. I don't know. They may have went out to eat or something. I haven't heard them say. They haven't messaged me or contacted me. You heard it when you heard Barbara Mandrell. She sang it in her county, her country when the country wasn't cool. Oh, okay. Man, do I need watermelon. Well, honey, I would give you a slice of my watermelon if I could. If I could push it through the wires, I'd send you a piece of watermelon, Gladys. Tell one of those boys of yours to pick you up a little watermelon. I mean, I don't know how much they cost in Connecticut. But here you can get a good size one for like $5 or less. I mean, I paid something for that little bitty one. I would have got the size bigger for the same price basically, but I didn't have any room to put all that watermelon, and I can't eat it all at one time when I first cut it, so I opted for the smallest one I could find. And I don't like to buy it when it's already cut up in those little containers, because you never know how long it's been sitting there. I mean, unless I find some that it looks like it's fresh, it's just been put there, then I might buy it. Other than that, I'm going to buy a whole one so I can cut it up myself. Yeah, it's not been raining here either, but hopefully we'll get some rain Wednesday. I think they say we got 30 or 40% chance, or somewhere around 50, I guess, and that's not much of a chance. But hey, we take any kind of chance we have of rain here in Texas. 28 watching. Somebody just went up the street in a four-wheeler. Oh, you got a storm right out of the blue. You know, that happens here in Texas a lot because of the extreme heat. It can heat up so hot one day, and it has been so hot for so many days. All of a sudden, just out of the blue, you get a thunderstorm, and it pours down rain. Or you get a hailstorm for no reason. It's just because of the temperatures. You can eat watermelon all day. Yeah, I can too. Yes, it was rough outside. Daddy's 89. Well, like I said, Melody, I'll buy mine cut up if it looks fresh. But sometimes the watermelon, when I want to go buy it, it looks more or less like it's been sitting there for days, you know. So I won't buy it. But if it looks like it's pretty fresh, maybe just put out that day or something, I'll buy it. Yeah, keep the hailstorms away. We don't need those. But I wanted to read inspirational quote today. It says, perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. And that's true. That's by Vince Lombardi. If you always demand perfection, you're never going to do anything. You're not going to get it done. But if you go after perfection, we can settle for excellence, if you know what I'm saying. Because nothing and no one is perfect. Just try to do the best you can is what it's telling you. So I really like that one today. I'm going to make some jalapeno poppers with bacon. Linda, do you make these? Yeah, and was gonna make some, but I'm not gonna use the jalapenos. I'm gonna use some little peppers that I've got that are sweet peppers. They're not hot. Because the jalapenos are just way too hot for me now. I can't eat those hot peppers. Not the whole pepper, or even half of the pepper at one time. It's just way too hot. So I'm going to make some, and I'll probably do a video on it. And I've been meaning to do it forever, and I just haven't done it. But I'll show you how I do it with my little sweet peppers. I mean, they look like little jalapenos, but they're just a sweet pepper. Gladys says, I need a few uplifting words today, feeling a little blue. Well, you shouldn't feel blue, Gladys. I need some. Yeah, all you can do is the best you can and hope for the best, you know? I mean, I'd love for things to be perfect, but you got to remember, nothing is perfect in this world. Like if you're trying to make a cabinet or make a dress or cook a meal, you can work toward perfection, but a lot of times perfection is, like that little quote said, is not attainable, and you accept excellence, a good result, and that's all you can hope for. I do like them, Sheila, and evidently you've not seen all my videos because I make cowboy candy with my jalapenos. And the cowboy candy's hot. But I don't even eat a whole pepper at one time. I'll take a spoonful and put it in my beans or sometimes my soups or in recipes as seasoning for that dish. And it's real good. Kind of like chow chow. You know, I make green tomato chow chow. It's like a pickle relish, only you use green tomatoes. And I started out making the regular cowboy candy where you slice the jalapenos. But I found I like the relish you make with the recipe better. Because then you can take a little amount, mix it in some, you know, even your cream cheese when you're making your little stuffed pepper or wrapped peppers that Susan was talking about with jalapenos. You can use your sweet peppers, mix a little bit of cowboy candy in the cream cheese, and that gives it the heat from the jalapenos, but you can control how hot you want it, if that makes sense. I mean, I just can't bite into that jalapeno because I'll get the hiccups immediately when it hits my stomach. My stomach can't handle jalapenos anymore. I mean, I used to eat hot peppers, just bite into them. My dad did too for a long time. But my stomach says, no, you're not putting them things in my stomach. But like I said, I'll show you the video. I'll do it. And like I said, I've been meaning to do that video forever, and I just have not gotten around to it. I've got so many cooking videos that I want to do, and so much in the yard that I want to do. And I don't have time to do any of it hardly. You know, one reason I started my channel was not only for the income, but it was to give me something to do since I had retired. And I said, why not do something I like and maybe, hopefully, make a few dollars in the process. And I can do it basically in my own hours. You know, I can sleep later, get up early, whatever, and still do a video. But yeah, my cowboy candy relish is what I love to use in recipes. Now, I do the sliced cowboy candy as well, where you just slice off the little rounds of jalapeno, and I put those in my beans and different things when I'm cooking them. But I do like the relish. So I do like my jalapenos. That's why I grow them. But I've got more bell pepper out there right now than I got anything. And I've got a few of those Marconi sweet peppers that look like a banana pepper, but I think they're red in color, not the yellow. And I've got Hungarian. I'm not sure if they're hot or if they're sweet peppers, but they're like a banana pepper. But I think the Hungarian ones are hot. Patty says she loves cowboy candy relish. Yep. There's so many uses for it. Patty says, my girls and myself love your pretty top, also your turtle dress. Can you tell where you got them? Well, this is not a top, it's a dress. And if you must know, they came from Timu. Because I can't find the styles I want here in the stores. And this is just a simple like A-line dress, like the other one I wore in that video. It's just an A-line dress, simple, and it's comfortable, and it's made out of stretchy material, which I love. And I used to make a lot by this style years ago, and I wore them all the time. I wore them in every color, every length. Patty says, thanks, I shopped Timu. I mean, yeah, this is a dress. Well, you can't really see it. I think it might be a little bit longer than the other one. But you can see down here it's a dress. It's not a top. Well, just what you're saying, Nancy. Cowboy candy is like pickles or something, you know. You slice them up in little rounds and you pickle it in sugar and vinegar and all kind of stuff, spices, and it's really hot because you know those jalapenos are hot. And then the let's see what else. And the jalapeno jelly is just what you're saying, it's jelly. It's jalapenos that have been jellied. And you use it just like a grape jelly or strawberry jelly or anything else. Only difference is it's hot. Bad news getting into it. Hope they don't get to you. What are y'all talking about? Love the parrot. Yeah, I thought it looked kind of tropical. Well, thank you. I like that dress. It was real comfortable. Like I said, for all these years, even all the time I was going to church, I wore the stretchy material, and I'd either wear a floor-length gown dress, basically in an A-line style, and wear a belt with it or something, or I'd wear a short one. Sometimes I'd put a belt on with it. Sometimes I wouldn't. But I was so glad I found these when I did, because I wanted a dress, but I didn't want it made out of cotton material that doesn't stretch and give when you move. Some of this stuff you buy in these stores, it don't fit right. And it's made out of the material that does not stretch or give, and when you go to move, you feel like you're in a bind. I hate that. I want something comfortable. What was Susan Gladys Olam? If we live long enough, something's going to come our way sooner or later. It's not the best or what we want. That's true. It's a certain amount of hot. I immediately start having... Yeah, I do too, Craig. I have the hiccups. I notice now because my son made the little stuffed jalapenos wrapped with bacon. And he says, here, Mom, eat one. They were the little ones. And I told him no. I said, they're too hot. I can't eat a jalapeno like that. He said, Mom, they're not that hot, and they kind of cool off after they've been cooked. Well, he kept on and kept on, so I took a bite of one. My stomach immediately went into fits. I started hiccuping, and I couldn't stop. My son looked at me funny. I said, I told you it's too hot. I can't eat this. Yeah, I grow jalapenos every year because I use them. I make cowboy candy. I make cowboy relish. But I put just a little bit in my beans and different dishes to season it. And it might have just a little bit of heat, but not much. I just don't bite into the jalapeno and eat it. That's too hot. Oh, she's worried about Timu, and they can hack all of your information. Well, there's a lot of hackers out there. Not all of them are from China. Some of them are from Iran, all different countries. Some are here right in the United States, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't do the hot stuff either. That's the reason I like the cowboy candy relish. So, I control the amount of jalapenos that go into anything. Just like I was saying, I make the little sweet peppers just like you would the jalapeno. I stuff them with cream cheese, wrap them with bacon. But I put a little bit of my cowboy candy relish mixed in my cream cheese. Not much, not enough to make it get hot. Just enough to give it just a little bit of warmth. And that's the way I like it. Okay, Linda, I don't know if you answered Susan yet or not, but she wanted to know if cooking her chicken in with the other ingredients, if 2 hours is enough for raw chicken. Yes, ma'am. I mean, chicken cooks quick. I mean, chicken is, I think, one of the fastest cooking meats that you can have. Even on low, 2 hours for chicken is enough, even in a crock pot. Well, I get charges put on my card once a year, believe it or not. It started 3 years ago. I noticed there was a charge on my credit card for $149. Well, I checked into it, questioned it, and it was from this gaming website where you can buy movies or games to play online. I never do that. I knew that was not my charge. I contacted the company. Oh, I went round and round with them. They tried to tell me they were a third party billing company and they didn't know who charged, who I was paying and all this. I said, you can't tell me that you're a billing company and you charge me $149.99 and you don't know who you're billing for. That's bullcrap. Well, finally, threatened life, basically, they gave me the website address to go to. And it was that gaming website, GameStop or something like that. Well, I got in a chat with the people on the website. And they said, well, you have an account with us. I said, no, I don't. Well, if you don't want an account with us, you need to go in and cancel it. I said, how can I get into an account with you when I didn't set it up? I don't have the password or anything. I can't get into it. I can't cancel it because I did not set it up. Well, I went round and round, threatened life, threatened to sue them, threatened everything, and finally, oh, we're going to delete it out. We'll get rid of the account. Well, that amount came back on my card. It showed they did pay it back. The next year, the same thing happened. I got in contact with them again, threatening them, told them off. They finally gave me my money back. They assured me it would not happen again. Last month, it wasn't $149.99. It was it was something like $12.50 recurring charge. Come to find out, it was from that same gaming site. I said, oh, you think I'm senile, don't you? You think if you go from billing me to $149.99 a year to $12.50 a month, I'm not going to catch it. Well, honey, I've already caught it. And you better get that charge off of my account because I don't belong to your gaming site. I do not have an account with you. And if you don't delete out that information you have on me, you're going to be talking to an attorney. Well, they assured me that I'd get that money back and I'd never be charged again. So I'm going to check the end of this month on my bank statement to make sure I'm not charged that $12.50 again. If I am, I'm getting right back in touch with them because they're going to give me my money back. I'm tired of it. And I went in and put my name in like you do if you're going to sign into your account on that gaming site. Because before, I could put my name in and try to bring up my account, and it would immediately ask me for a password. Well, I didn't have a password because I didn't set it up. And I tried every kind of password I could think of. Nothing worked. Well, this time, when I put my name in, nothing came up. It showed I did not have an account with them. So I said, well, maybe they got it through their thick heads. They're not going to put this over on me, and they're going to stop charging me. But I'm still going to check. I'm still going to, and I advise everybody to check your statement, your bank statement, at least once a month. Credit card statement, bank statement, any of it. Check it once a month. Oh, hey, Race Masters. Welcome to chat. We've got Cindy Sandu. 32 people in here. Who's wanting to win some Egyptian walking onions to plant? Do you mind that? I don't know what Susan's talking about. I've been talking so much about those charges that I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Me. Yes, ma'am, Patty. It sure is. I'm going to be giving away some walking onions. It's the little bulbs. I harvested them off of my, and it's not going to be that whole bag full, but let me get one out so you can see. But they come in clusters on the tip of your walking onion. And all you do, this one's got like 4 starts on it. See, there's one little onion. It's already started. It had a long piece coming out of it, like a little onion start, but I cut them off. But then you plant them with this part up, and it'll grow you in a Egyptian walking onion plant. And they multiply every year. I mean, I don't pull my walking onions up, not in the beginning to eat. I just cut the tops off of them. And you can break you can break these little start groups off, the little clusters, and chop them up and eat them just like onions if you want to. Or when you start your tub of onions or pot of onions, when they get big and you harvest the little bulbs like this. Here, I'm going to break another 2 off. See, that one's got a little onion top growing on it. I'm trying to get it turned around so you can see. You can see it's got a little onion growing out on it. The little green part. So you know that's the end that goes up when you plant it. It's just like an onion start. Any of the other onions you buy, you know. Let's see if I can get this one off. See, there's one. And there's a little one. So there's 5 There was 5 little walking onion starts to, well, you can't see my hand. The first time I ever ordered any, seemed like they were, seemed like I got about 10 little bulbs, and there was something like $15 for them. And I started out with that small amount of bulbs. I planted them in that tote out beside the silver shed. And they grew like crazy. And they put out the little sets to plant. I broke them off, replanted. I've got probably 6 or 7 pots of walking onions in my yard right now that came from that original tote full of walking onions I planted. I had one of my subscribers ask for me to send them some last year, a year before, and I didn't have any to send. And they said, well, I live close enough, I can come pick them up. Can I have a whole pot full? I said, well, I don't have a pot full to give away. I mean, in the future, yeah, I'll probably have enough that I can give away a pot of onions, but at that particular time, I didn't have them. I got, but some, I don't know how to cook them, but I like onions. Well, you use walking onions like you do any other onion. You can chop the tops, the green tops up and use them like scallions. Or you can chop you can, after your onion gets really big and puts off offspring to where you can replant, you can pull your whole onion up. It's not going to bulb up at the bottom, but it'll look more like a leek. It'll be real thick rooted. And you can take that big thick root like you do a leek and chop it up and use it just like an onion. And that's what I'm going to start doing now instead of buying so many onions. Now, for some recipes, if I can't pull an onion up out of my garden, if it's not bulbed up big enough yet, I will buy onion. Like I did buy onion at the store today because I got a recipe coming up that I wanted the little onion ring, slices. But yeah, you can use walking onions like you do anything else. But the first time you plant them, you don't want to pull your onions up. Leave them over the winter because they'll come back in the spring. And when they put off the little baby bulbs, like they'll do when they start walking, as I call it, and you can collect those little bulbs, then you can start pulling those onions out and using them. But you want to wait till you have more to plant before you do that. Now, my original pot has been out there since day one I planted it. And my onions are getting pretty big. And I've already pulled out a couple of them and used them in a recipe, just like I would a leek, which is an onion basically. But if you'll plant them, leave them over the winter, let them come back in the spring, collect your little bulbs to replant, you'll never run out of onions. You'll always have onions growing. I need one, hello. Maybe 2. Well, I'm going to send whoever wins some. I'm going to give you a handful of these. You'll have enough to fill up a big raised bed garden or maybe a 18-gallon tote or something, just like I did in the beginning. And don't worry about them in the winter. You don't have to bring them inside. You don't have to put them in a greenhouse. Just leave them right out in the yard. They'll die down and you'll think they're gone, but they're not. They're still under the dirt. And as soon as spring hits and it warms up, those onions are going to start regrowing. Susan's loving on her babies. Yep, I love onions in a lot of stuff. My potato soup. Yeah, because the leeks are just basically like an onion. I've used one of my leeks that I pulled up, in a recipe instead of an onion one day. But y'all have to know the answer to the question to win. And if you've not been watching my videos, you're not going to know. Especially the one from that I posted, I think this morning. Was this morning the apple dumpling one? That's the video my question's coming out of. You're wondering where you could get Egyptian walking onions, Craig? You can order them online. That's what I did. I just put in the browser Egyptian walking onions and did a search, and several places came up that sold them. Well, I only got 34 people in here so far. We've been on here for almost an hour, 50 minutes. I thought I'd wait and give people a chance to get in here before I ask the question. Patty C said, that's a good video. I watched it. And there's Barbara Elford. Hello, Barbara. How many of you want Egyptian walking onions to plant? I hope my COVID brain will work. Oops, wrong Barb. Patty C says me. I got 35 in. If we got silent viewers, you need to get in chat because you're going to have to be in chat to win. You'll have to put your answer in the chat. I got 37. Can we hit 40? Come on, y'all. Let's hit 40. New game show, her ideas beat Merv Griffin. Yeah, come on, people. I got 38. 2 more to go, and I'll ask the question. Once we hit 40 in chat or 40 watching, I'll ask the question. And I may have to ask more than one question because I don't know if you're going to know the answer. Because sometimes you miss things even though you watch a video. I have to admit that because I've done it. 39, one more person. Let's go, guys. One more person. We got 39 people watching. When it hits 40, I'm going to ask the question. $40. Woohoo! Okay, in my video of the apple dumplings, you know, in a lot of my cooking videos, I always forget to get an ingredient out and have it on the counter. Well, I forgot to get one of the ingredients out on the counter, and I had to do a little looking for it because I had just used up what I had, and I knew I had another of that ingredient stashed away, but I had to find it. What was it? Can anybody tell me what I was looking for? Sugar. Gladys got it. Oh my God. Gladys, you won. Melody, she got it. It was sugar. I'll tell you what, Gladys is going to get some walking onion starts, and Melody is too. Those were the first 2 people that popped up saying sugar. And it was a 5-pound bag of sugar I was looking for because I forgot where I put it. So let me write those names down. I got Gladys, and who was it, Gladys? Spongy Gum. Melody Shuckus. I know I've got Gladys's address, but I don't have Melody's. Oh, come on. I'm trying to type in my chat and it just. Okay, Melody, I've got Gladys's address, but I'm going to post my email, hauserlinda49@gmail.com. Send me a email to that address and just say you know, you need my address. Or send me your address in that email. I'm getting it backwards. You don't need mine. I need yours. Send me your address, your mailing address in that email, and I'll send you your walking onions so you can get them planted. And Gladys says, send mine to Susan. Okay, Susan, do you want some walking onions? They're the easiest thing in the world to grow, Susan. I can't see what Susan. She said, I'm good, and then there's something up in front of it. She said she's good with the ones. Okay, can we send them to Patty C? She wanted them so bad. Okay, Patty C, Gladys is going to send you her walking onions, or I'm going to send them to you. She said to give them to you. Because Patty C was the one I think that was wanting them so bad. So Patty C, send me your mailing address to that email address I posted, hauserlinda49@gmail, and I'll send you out some of the walking onions. Wasn't that fun? No telling what I'll give away next time. You don't have to do it right now, just as long as I get the email address. I mean, get your mailing address. It's up to you. But remember, just leave them in that bucket or the pot or whatever you plant them in. Let them winter outside. You don't have to bring them in. Don't baby them. They love the sun, but they will grow in the shade. But I think they do better right out in the sun. I mean, you can give them partial sun, but they don't mind being in the sun. Onions thrive on the sun. Crab cakes. Well, I might make those. I've got so many things on the list now to make. I don't know when I'll get to them. And I'll have to buy the crabs, so. Gladys, you made Patty's day. She is so happy. No, I gave a first and second winner. So that's 2 people that are going to get walking onions today. That was the question. I mean, I didn't have another question available. So see, even my little bloopers in my videos can add up to something. Because it never fails. No matter how I take my list and I get all my stuff out and get it all ready for my video, there's always going to be one thing that I overlooked and I didn't get. Like one video, I had to look for my cookie sheet to put my pan on. And that was the dumplings too. I didn't have the pan out. I never thought about the pan to put under the dish. But that wasn't the question. But after you get them planted, you'll have to let me know how things go. Spongy Gold, hello. Says, oh man, I didn't get it. Well, maybe next time. And that reminds me, I went to Walmart today and I did not get those bubble wrap envelopes. And I've got to get a bubble wrap envelope to mail these little things in. I believe it, Gladys. I think you watch every little second of every video that I put out there. Yeah, a lot of times I give seeds away, different things, but this time people had been asking about the walking onions, so I decided to do the walking onions. Because I just harvested those, yesterday, day before, in the heat. And I still got more out there to harvest. That was just the ones from the first tote that I ever planted. And I've planted a bunch of them that I harvested off of it yesterday. I think I planted 2 more totes full of walking onions out there yesterday. Okay, Susan. All right, Melody, I'll get it. And when I go driving, I talk to you. Yeah, because I know Gladys is listening. Or she's watching. And I got a fishing trip I need to go do. And I can't remember to get my bait. Because I'm not like everybody else. I don't buy minnows. I usually buy the cheapest hot dogs I can buy. And that's my fish bait to catch my bait with. I catch the little bitty fish. I bait my hook with them, and then I catch the big one. Or I buy chicken livers, a fresh container of chicken livers to catch catfish with. And I didn't get either one. So that means I've got a trip back to the store. Y'all, did any of you see a post in my live chat that Dennis posted, the last chat we had? Because he's unsubscribed to my channel and he said I insulted him and his family. I don't know how I did that. I don't know what I did. And I can't send him an email because evidently he's deleted out his email account. So my email comes back undelivered. But that was bothering me because, there's no way I would have ever said or done anything to insult him or his grandkids. Make sure I bring a chair for me. Okay, Gladys, I will. Yeah, I was talking and chatting and I didn't read all the comments, so somehow I missed his comment if he put one in. But I was going through some of the comments that were posted under my videos that I received because I try to respond to them. And I got one from him. And he said he's unsubscribed to my channel because I insulted him and his grandkids. He sent me a message and I responded with one word. And I don't know what it was. I don't remember getting that message from him. Yeah, I mean, the last thing I want to do is insult somebody or their grandkids. And I definitely don't want them unsubscribing to my channel. I mean, I definitely didn't do anything like that deliberately. And I don't know what I might have said or done in the live chat to, make him think that way. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope he comes back. Maybe he's watching. I'm hoping he's watching because, like I said, I have no way of contacting him now. You know, I used to could send him an email, but he's deleted out his email and it comes back undelivered now. And I thought too, and I was telling Connie, maybe it was the fact that my friend was up on screen and she had the beer, you know, she was drinking the beer and showed the bottle. And she did use a couple of four-letter words. And he may have taken offense to that. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Susan. I don't know. But it's not going to happen again. I've already told her, you know, no more beer, no more four-letter words or anything like that if she comes into chat. And I know her well enough that I know she didn't mean anything by it. She didn't mean any harm. That's just her being, you know, herself. But I told her, you know, I can't have that in my lives. You know, I can't have that. Because I've got kids watching and stuff, and I can't have that in my lives. Yeah, but I don't think really anything happened except her, you know, my friend being up on screen, you know, kind of waving the beer bottle around. She was just being herself. I mean, she didn't mean anything bad by it. Yeah, I'm going to have to do another drive around too, Connie, because I know Gladys enjoys those. Why court TV is so popular, it works up the dopamine. Yeah, I don't know, Sheila. I was about to block her, but I knew the circumstances behind, you know, what's been going on with her surgeries and how she didn't remember a lot of stuff and was learning all over again. And, you know, stuff like that, you know, plays a toll on people. And that's one reason I didn't do something about it right then. I said, well, if she gets any worse than what she is, then I'm going to block her. But she didn't, so. And I didn't like the mention of nudity either. No, you know, that was three things I didn't like: the beer, the language, and the nudity part that she was saying, telling everybody about. Well, the reason I said ask for the address is because I wasn't sure. Some people will have like Patty C in their name that shows up in my live chat. But when I get an email from them, it's a different name. And the only way that I'll know that it's you is if you're asking for the, you know, sending me the address. You forgot your address the first time. I like to watch Judge Judy sometime. She tickles me. I mean, she's almost a comedian, you know, without even trying. And it makes her court show even better. Okay, Melody. Just make sure you send me your mailing address. But if y'all have seen my videos where I show you how the walking onions do their walking, I don't know if Melanie and Patty have seen that, but it shows you how the little bump will start at the bottom of the stem, the green stem of the onion, and it works its way up to the top, the tip, and then it bursts open, and you got a whole cluster of little onion bulbs to plant. Yeah, I know. Judge Judy. Yeah, I love to watch her. She just gets so. And it's how some of these guys get up there and they lie right to her face, and she knows they're lying. She tells them they're lying. That's true, Connie, but I think maybe he took offense because of some of the stuff she was saying and showing the beer. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, because his grandkids were watching, and they're 11 and under, so they're pretty young. Like I said, Barbara, plant them the first year. You can harvest the tops, but I usually wait till after they start walking, and you can tell it because you'll see a little bulge come up the stem, and it travels all the way up to the tip of the onion. The little onion shoot, and then it bursts open in little onions. Well, I don't harvest my onions until they produce the little onions. I mean, if you got a bunch of them, you can harvest part of them, but leave part of them to produce the onions so you can replant them. And then after they do that, you can harvest the tops all you want. And you can even harvest and pull the onion out. But you got to remember, if you pull the onion out and eat it, it's not coming back the next year. The other ones will that you leave, but that one that you pulled is not coming back. It's gone. So I never even harvested my onions the first year. I planted them, I think I planted them in the spring. I harvested the tops after they produced their little bulbs. And I chop them up and use them in different recipes. And then the next year, I let them overwinter right outside in the yard. And then when they came up the next year and produced more bulbs, I started pulling onions out. Because I had enough onions then I could replant another tote. I had just replanted one tote from the year before. So that was 2 totes of onions growing. So then I start harvesting the onions in the original first tote that I plant. And you don't have to pull them all out at one time. Harvest it as you need it. Leave it in there until you want to cook with it, and then just go out there and pull one out. Or pull as many as you need out. That way you'll always have onions, and you're not going to have to buy more Egyptian walking onions. They're going to be producing their own little onion starts. Yeah, the onions love the sun, so I planted them out in the backyard where those 4 totes get all the sun. I had planted my garlic and some other onions there, the red onions, yellow onions, because they like that spot the best. You just have to make sure you keep them watered. Or you can put them in a spot where they'll get half sun and half shade. They do real well. But I found over the years of planting onions, they like a lot of sun. I mean, they don't have to get sun all day long, but they like sun. And I may put a shade cloth up over those totes with the onions in them because it's been getting a little hot. So I might put just a shade cloth over those 4 totes, tote bins that are at the back there. Yeah, I'm hoping he'll come back. Maybe he'll, like I said, maybe he's watching this live. I don't know. And maybe he'll realize, that I meant no harm. And hopefully he'll come back, because that's not going to happen again. I'm not going to let it. I didn't expect it to happen when it did, but I can't go back and change it, so. That AC, it just runs and runs and runs because it's so hot. Yeah, I broke off another sweet potato slip and put it in the water to root. I'm going to have so many sweet potatoes out there, I don't know what to do with all of them. And I got to start fixing totes this week to plant them in. Take those potato slips and plant them in the totes. But I've got like 3 different types of sweet potatoes. I got the deeper red looking ones, and I don't know the actual name of them, but I know they're a deep, darker color. And then I've got those big orangey ones like Susan sent. And I don't know what they're called, but those are usually the ones that I eat all the time. I've never seen the darker red ones in the stores. And then I got another one, and I don't know what it is either. But when I plant that one, I'll put a marker in it and say unknown. So I'll know that's the one. I don't know what it is. I know it's a sweet potato. I just don't know what the name of it is. And I do know sweet potatoes like shade. I mean, they need some sun, but they kind of like a shady area. Susan said those sweet potatoes are like snakes. I don't understand that comment. I had to tie mine up for yellow potatoes. They are so high. They were yeah, all of my potatoes were laying over too. Potato plants get pretty big. And the sweet potatoes vine, they send out a vine that grows forever. But it's a pretty vine. I've seen people one is sneaking right at the door right now like a snake. One of your vines. I've known people that worked in offices to take a sweet potato and put it in a jar or a vase so the end will touch water. And they had like a sweet potato vine growing all around the wall in their office, and it was really pretty. They never grew sweet potatoes because, they never actually planted it. They just left it in the water. And that way it'll just keep growing, the vine will, forever. The others are growing all over the fence. Do you have any going up your corner post on your deck? Invading your neighbor's apartment? I told her that might happen because they'll grow up on anything. I said she may end up with them growing up to her next door neighbors above her. Not yet, but they're headed that way. They're pretty though, aren't they, Susan? A sweet potato vine is a pretty vine, I think. I'm anxious to see if mine's going to produce any potatoes, though. Yeah, like I said, I picked up some potting soil and stuff today mix in with the soil I've got and my garden soil pile out there and my compost to plant my sweet potatoes in this coming week, or what I've got. I don't have all of them rooted yet. Well, here at 94 degrees, it's starting to get too hot, and a lot of my tomato plants will stop producing when it gets real hot like this. But if you keep them alive, as soon as the temperature cools off a bit, they'll start putting out more tomatoes. I just hate it though, because I only got that one great big tomato off of that one plant, and I haven't seen another tomato come on it yet. To me, that's weird. I've never planted a tomato plant that I've only got one tomato off of. And it was gigantic. And I think I got one or two other tomato plants that only have one tomato so far. I mean, that's weird. I've never had that happen before. Yeah, either that or get some shade cloth, garden shade cloth. You can get it in a lot of different sizes, and you might be able to hang it on the side of your deck or something to block the sun from coming in. They're not very expensive. I think you can, I mean, my big 10 by 12 foot one was probably $20 or less. So you could get a smaller one. I don't know how big a spot you would need to hang it on your deck, because I don't know what size deck you've got. But you can get small ones. And you could hang it up to whatever side of your deck that the sun is coming in so strong on. And it comes in different strengths. You can get 50% shade, 30% shade, whatever you need. So your plants will still get some sun, they'll still grow, but it blocks out the harsh, hot rays that normally would come in. The other side is shaded. Yeah, and if you hang it from just like the top of the ceiling of your deck and just let it drop, it'll block the hottest time of the sun, the hottest time of the day that the sun comes in, that you want to block it. And then other times you could kind of tie it back so the sun will come through. It's just a suggestion. I mean, for a long time, I didn't even know they had shade cloth for a garden. I can't grow celery. I mean, it started growing a little bit, but then it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. And the darn squash bugs got to my squash and zucchini plants this year. I mean, I went out there one day and looked, and my God, I had one plant that was just covered in squash bugs. I've never had a plant covered like that before. I mean, I bet there was 40 squash bugs on one leaf. And they were just all over that whole plant. The stem everywhere. And I had to put some 7 dust on it. And I need to go out there and put 7 dust on some of my other plants right now because of the worms getting on them. Or spray them. There's like a soap mixture with vinegar and baking soda and stuff you can mix up and spray your plants with that'll keep the bugs off of them. Keep the worms off of them. So I've got spray in my sprayer, and I got a little bit of 7 dust. But those squash bugs were so bad, I just dusted them. They disappeared real quick. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell Susan, Connie. That she could get that shade cloth and hang it, and then she can tie it back, like in the mornings Or like she can go out there at night and tie it back a little so they get morning sun. But then when it gets so hot in the afternoon, she can drop the shade cloth and it'll protect her plants. They'll still get sun, but they won't get the really hot rays to burn them. Oh no, Susan said be right back, emergency alert. I need to hear. Yeah, I hope everything's okay. I don't know what the alert is, but I just got one on child abduction that come through my phone. I usually get one of those about every day. Sometimes more than one a day. And that's usually just where parents can't get along, and one parent will take the kids and all of a sudden there's a kidnapping going on. A parent took their kids, you know. Yeah, I've tried to plant herbs. I mean, right now the only thing I've got is basil and rosemary, but it wasn't near the squash plant. Because I think it's too hot where the squash plant was. I don't think the basil or the rosemary would grow and survive out in that hot sun. It's a 1969 melody. And the backsplash over my stove is not original. It was a wooden backsplash when I first moved here, and I didn't like it. I said, I want a backsplash up there. So I found those tiles, those aluminum tiles, and they reminded me of the old-timey tiles that they used to put up in the ceilings and everywhere in the older homes and stores, and I said, I gotta have them. So I bought a couple of boxes of them, enough that I could tile the back of my can't talk, backsplash with. And then it had the strip at the bottom, and it was a harvest gold color, and I didn't like it. So I faux marbled it, as you could call it. That is not real marble behind my stove and under the backsplash. That's painted on. I painted that on. I mixed all the different colors and I did that marbling myself. And I think it turned out real good. Yeah, I can't grow cilantro outside. It gets too hot. It will just swivel up. My basil and my rosemary, I had to move the basil around to a shady spot. And my my rosemary is in a shady spot. I mean, it gets a little sun, but it's mostly shady there. Because rosemary don't like the hot sun either. It'll bolt on you. How tall do they have to get before you cut them? I don't know what plant you're talking about, Susan. Oh, mint, but my friend said it gets totally invasive. Yeah, if you plant mint, you need to put it in a pot. Don't put it in the yard because it will take over your yard. But that's why I plant my peppermint. Every bit of my peppermint is in a separate pot all to itself. And it's in a pot to where the roots can't go down in the ground. It can't grow out of the pot because the holes are up to the sides of the bottom of the pot. So my peppermint's contained to the pot. But with you, Susan, if you're growing it on a deck, you don't have to worry about that. You've got it in a pot already. So it's not going to go anywhere except the pot that you got it in. how tall do they have to be before you cut them? You can harvest basil, rosemary, any of the herbs pretty much anytime they put out leaves. They don't have to be a certain height. I mean, you don't want to harvest them if they're that tall. But I mean, if they make a good little plant, you can start harvesting your leaves right away. Yeah, I can grow it in the beginning of the spring when it's cooler. But as soon as the temperatures get above 80 or even hit 80, my cilantro just swivels up and goes away. Yeah, I tried to give it a marble look, kind of, but it's all painted on, and it's behind the microwave that way too, because behind the microwave on that side of the kitchen, it's got that wide strip at the bottom, on the counter, and I marbled that one too to make it all match. But I like it a lot better with the little squares, the aluminum squares, and the marbling. I think it looks a lot better than it did before. Because it was just like wood paneling back there before, and it looked terrible. I hated it. Like the rest of the house, the paneling. That's the way my backsplash looked. And I said, man, they should have put some kind of backsplash up there, not just the paneling. Yeah, and you can start harvesting your lettuce anytime you want, because you harvest lettuce, the leaves grow back. Spinach didn't do anything. Well, it depends on what kind of spinach you planted, Susan. If you plant perpetual spinach, it grows so much better than an ordinary spinach does. I've tried regular spinach and I didn't have any luck with it. So all my spinach is perpetual spinach. But it cooks up fast just like regular spinach. Only the leaves get real big. I mean, they get huge, like my hand. Well, peppers and tomatoes have flowers. That means if they're going to put out some tomatoes and peppers. Yeah, and spinach will take a while to do anything too. Well, see, then you have to rearrange your deck. You learn which plants need the sun, a lot of it, and you learn the plants that need to be at the other end. So if it's possible, maybe if you moved your spinach to where it gets more sun, to the sunnier part of the deck, it might grow better. You can't do that? Okay. So I guess part of your pots are built in, you can't move them. Yeah, Susan, you live and learn. I mean, it's trial and error. That's the same way that I did. You have to get used to planting in your area, your location. Learn how the sun works, how the shade works, and how your plants respond to it. So next year you'll know to put your spinach in a more sunnier spot. They're too heavy with the dirt in them? Okay. That reminds me, I need to harvest my spinach. I need to harvest my kale. I've got leaves. Oh my God, they're so big. I could take 2 or 3 of the leaves and it would make a whole frying pan full of kale or spinach. If I move the blue pots with potatoes, peppers, and tomatoes over a little and put the herbs in more sunny, yeah, that would probably help. I mean, your tomatoes and peppers need sun, but they like shade too. I mean, if they get too much sun, your peppers and your tomatoes will burn. So as long as they get a little bit of sun during the day and then they're shaded part of the time, they're good. There's some of my totes that they're so heavy with dirt right now I couldn't move them. Yeah, that's why I suggested that she got the shade cloth, Connie. Because if you can't move things around, the shade cloth would be the next option. You don't have to block all the sun, but the hottest time of the day is when I would block the sun from some of those plants. No, I'm not an expert, Susan. I still live and learn every day. It's morning sun the most you have. Well, like I said, you could get one of those shade cloths, hang it up to the ceiling or wherever, whatever end of your deck that the sun is coming from. Just tack it up and let it hang. And that way you could drop it down for the morning when you don't want all that hot sun coming in. And then you could kind of pull it back later in the day, I guess. The afternoon sun is blocked by the tree pretty well, yeah. I mean, that's the only option that I see that you have other than trying to move stuff around. And like I said, those shade cloths are pretty inexpensive. And like Connie was saying, some of these Dollar Trees or dollar stores have shade cloth, and it's pretty cheap. Just figure out what size you need, what size would cover the end of the deck or whatever part of the deck that you need covered. It's the two big black planters I can't move. Shade cloth. That's the only thing I could suggest then. Just get some shade cloth. Because like I said, you don't have to block 100% of the sun. You just need some of it blocked to where it's not going to damage your plants. Patty's found my dress that I got on with Timu, and she said it's going to be free. They have matching flip-flops. I didn't get the flip-flops. I've already got a several pair of flip-flops, so I didn't get them. But I did get the dress. Way to go, Patty. I think you'll really like it. I've ordered one or two from them that didn't fit right, and I had to return them. But I usually would return them for credit and then just order another size. I caught a bird digging in one of the planters. He was looking for seeds coming from upstairs. We always called them flip-flops. I never heard them called thongs. Thongs to me were the butt floss. We always called them flip-flops. That's all I ever heard them called growing up was flip-flops. But now that is the butt floss undies. I mean, if they're going to wear undies like that, why bother? Just don't wear any. I mean, I can see where the men would, even with the string up their butt, but they got a little bit more to worry about than we do, but And matching earrings, Linda. Yeah, I can't wear any of that jewelry because I'm allergic to the metal. I've got to have surgical steel earrings or silver. Otherwise the metal breaks me out and irritates my ears. And my granddaughter's the same way. So if I buy her jewelry, I have to be careful what I buy her. Even in bracelets, I mean, if it's a certain metal, it will break her arm out. And mine will do that. So it's got to be, you can't get no 14 karat gold overlay, you know, because it's got that metal underneath. It'll still break me out. Well, like I said, Susan, don't even try to move it. Just leave it. Get you a piece of shade cloth and put it up. My girls break out too. Yeah, I'm allergic to a lot of the metals that some of this cheap jewelry's made out of, and I can't wear all that stuff. I have to look for the hypoallergenic metals, the earrings and stuff. That's one reason you'll see all my earrings are usually the silver color because the gold plated stuff I can't wear. Yeah, Susan, I've my ex-husband made a ring for me or had it made out at Comanche Peak Nuclear Power Plant. They would take these big nuts and they ground them down and they make initial rings out of them. And he had to make me one with my initials on it. And I thought it was the neatest ring, you know, and I thought it was real neat. I started wearing it, and all of a sudden my fingers started itching under the ring, and I was just digging and digging and digging because it was itching. I pulled the ring off, and my finger under where the ring was, the whole width of the band, was broke out in little red bumps, almost like a heat rash thing. So I was allergic to it. I can't wear it. My granddaughter, when she was little and first started wearing like blue jean shorts and blue jeans, I mean, she was a little toddler. And all of a sudden her belly started breaking out. Couldn't figure out why was her stomach breaking out. Come to find out, you know, the little metal piece on the back of the thing that holds the little button on, it was touching her skin. Her pants would get pulled up or her underpants would get pushed down a little bit to where that little ring was touching her skin. And just that caused her to break out. So my daughter-in-law had to start buying those iron-on patches, and she cut a little piece and ironed it onto the back of that metal. So there would be something between that metal and my granddaughter's stomach. So, you know, skin couldn't touch it. And she was fine then. Yeah, the little button on the pants, you know, the back of it, well, if you wear blue jeans, you can look at the back, the backing on the button or whatever it is you have for closure on your blue jeans. And it's just a little tiny round circle, but that was enough that it made her stomach break out. I can't wear a watch. I electrocute them. I zap the battery. I've never heard of that. But I've got a beautiful, like, it looks like a gold nugget watch. And the band is about that thick. And I love it, but I can't wear it because if I wear it very much, my whole wrist will break out from the metal that's in that band. Watches stop on her. Oh, wow. Yeah, my mom bought me a pair of 14 karat gold overlaid earrings one time. And they're beautiful little earrings. I still got them. But I tried wearing them and my ears started just oozing and they were getting real sore and itchy. And it was the earrings. It was that little bit of metal that was mixed in with the gold that I was allergic to. And I can't wear the earrings. Sheila says, "Well, everyone got to go. Time to go to the Texas Roadhouse. I have a wonderful ear. Well, you have a wonderful evening too, and enjoy yourself at Texas Roadhouse. Eat me a good steak while you're there." Yeah, sometimes they do change. I know my son. He kind of, I guess, would you say, outgrew his allergies because he said he could drink any kind of milk now and it doesn't bother him. So he outgrew the allergy to the fat in the milk. And he used to could when he was a tiny baby drink orange juice and it would break his little cheeks out. Yeah, have a good time, Sheila. Enjoy. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah, so I know if I can wear a jewelry, whatever I find, if I can wear it, I know my granddaughter can because she has the same allergies I do. Ooh, I'm going to start yawning and I'm not sleepy because I took a nap before my live. Yeah, I'm going to plant my sweet potato slips out in some 18-gallon totes that I ordered. And I'm not going to use all of them because I got 8 of them coming. In fact, they're supposed to come today. I hope they come because one time I ordered them and they never showed up. I had to contact the company and they had to resend them because they showed delivered, but they weren't delivered to me. I don't know who got them, but I didn't. So we'll see. Oh, wow, Patty, look at you. You're going to get that turtle dress too. Free with your credit. I love having credit with them. It's like shopping for free. Yeah, these are the kind of dresses that I've been looking for in the stores locally, and you can't find them. They got cute stuff at Walmart and different shops around town, but I can't wear them with the little, like the spaghetti straps and all that. Once you have breast surgery, you can't wear just anything and everything you look at that's pretty. Who sells turtle dresses? Temu. Temu. They have them. That's where I got the one that was in my video. I wanted something that looked summery. And I kind of thought about it and I said, well, I don't know if I want a bunch of turtles all over my dress, but I got it and then I liked it when I got it, so. Yeah, I can wear their dresses and some of their tops, but and I've ordered a pair of blue jean shorts from them that were pretty neat. They fit good. But then I ordered another pair after that, and I had to send them back because they didn't fit right. And they were the same size, but they didn't fit the way the first ones I got did, so they had to go back. It seemed like that thing got a little bit high there. Yeah, and I thought about having a big parrot on the front of my dress too. But I said, well, maybe when I wear the dress, people will be looking at the parrot and they won't be looking at my bulges. Because I love the colors, you know. I just kind of thought about it when I saw the parrot on there. But it looks like it's a tropical dress, kind of something that you'd wear to the beach or in the summer. So that's what I wanted. Ooh, there goes me yawning again. I don't know if I want to get out there and start mowing this evening or not. I got to start mowing because it's going to take me probably 3 days to get it all mowed. Because I'm going to have to only mow it a couple of hours at a time, so. We'll see. They let you return one item for credit from each order and you don't. I know, that's kind of neat. But then what to do with the item you keep, you know, if you can't wear it. I've listed one dress on Poshmark and it's already sold. And it was a sundress. I couldn't wear it. I didn't realize it was back. I didn't realize it was backless and sleeveless and everything else, so it was a cute dress, but I couldn't wear it. Well, you'll have to look up my section, Patty C, on Poshmark because I've been selling on Poshmark for a couple of years now. And there's Aloha Hawaii. Hello. Welcome to our chat. I haven't seen April in here today. Yes, it's my name. I was going to see if I could find it. Oh, I don't have the app on this phone. I was trying to look it up. Oh, I don't mind putting it up. I had put it in one of the live chats one time before. Some other people wanted to see it, or some other subscriber wanted to know what it was, and I put it on there. Gotta find it. Well, I can't find it right now. Let's see. I can't see the chat box for a little bit because I'm looking. I'll try to find it. Well, I find everything but what I'm looking for. I don't remember. Oh well, I'll have to find it and email it to you because I can't find it right now, and I don't want to spend all the time on the live looking for it. But I know it is under my name, but then there's a number, and I don't remember what the number is. I should have it written down somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Y'all realize I've hit 6,230 some subscribers? Yeah, I know. If I could find my... Oh. Let's see if I can find my password and stuff for it. I may have the name of it written down or the number. You might be able to type in the browser handmade ladies handbags or shoulder bags or something like that, and it may come up. And I probably don't have this one written down. In the future, I will have it written down. And I'm not finding it, so I probably don't have it written down anywhere. I got everything else written down and not that. But I will find it and I'll send it to you in an email, Patty. But you type in poshmark.com/@ Linda Hauser, and then I think there's a number. I don't know if it'll come up without the number or not. Let me do that and see what comes up. Yeah, it's not coming up. I'll just have to find it later and I'll email it to you, Patty. Oh, Melody, like Susan said, I checked into the app, the King app that you can download to your phone, and I was able to place an order on the app and pay for it with the gift card on the app, and then go pick it up at the same Burger King had went to. And that's what that girl was trying to tell me, and I didn't understand anything about points and app and whatever she was trying to say because it didn't make sense. But yeah, if you got a Burger King gift card, you can put in that location in the app, order whatever meal you want, and then pay for it with the gift card. It'll ask you to enter the gift card number, just like putting in a credit card number. And that's what I did, and I paid for it, and then I went and picked it up at the Burger King. I'll have that Poshmark information written down next time, so because this is the second or third time people have asked me about that, and I couldn't tell them how to get to it because I didn't remember what my address was there. But I'll look it up, write it down, and I'll have it up here on hand next time. Yeah, I mean, she knew what she was saying, but did not have a clue. And she's right, you can use it for points. Because when you buy through the app, every time you spend money through the app, either on a credit card or gift card or what, you build up points to get free food. So she didn't do anything wrong. I mean, she was not trying to be rude or anything. She just didn't know how to explain to me what I needed to do. I mean, if she'd have just said, well, you need to get the app on your phone and order it through the app, that would have made sense. But she didn't say that. She just started talking about points, this, and, stuff I didn't even understand. I had ordered a chocolate shake because I was hot that day. And I said, man, a good old ice cold chocolate shake would seem so good right now. So I said, well, I'm going to see if I can use it on this app. So I did. I ordered one on the app and went and picked it up. Yeah, you can get 2 meals for one price. I noticed that. BOGO on chicken sandwiches. No, not for two. Well, would see mine would have to be the Whopper Junior. I cannot hold a regular Whopper and fries. Oh my God, my stomach would burst at the seams. Yeah, normally that's what you pay for one. So if you can get two for that price, why not? That's just their way of encouraging people to order through the app so they don't pay for it when they get to the location, you know. Oh, okay, Patty. Good deal. I don't have a ton of stuff on there. I've just got a few things, but I have sold stuff off and on. Yeah, you always know it's me if it's got my picture on it. Because there's a lot of Linda Hausers out there, so got to make sure you have the right one. To make purchases online, we seem to have set up an account. I hate companies storing my credit card information. Yeah, some of them you can buy on one time without them saving your information. And most of the time, I don't save it. I'd rather enter it each different time I'm there. Pretty closet, my girl's looking now. Me too. For this, you just give them a code. You can pay for it up front, but you don't have to. Huh. You go right ahead, Melody. That's what our live chat is for, is just chat away. It's our chatter time. I know, $8.99 for a Whopper Junior and fries. But that's usually all I can hold. I can't eat more than that. They have good cheese sticks. I love the cheese sticks. The fried cheese sticks. I got those the other day instead of fries, and I love them. A double Whopper? Oh my God, that would whop me out. Or a Whopper meal with drink too, yep. Well, I'm happy you feel at home, Melody. We're all like family in this chat box and on my channel. $7.99 Royal Crispy Chicken Meal. You know what would go good in my salad? Some chicken. There's been times when I went to Walmart to buy stuff, I'd pick up one of their little cups of chicken nuggets, bring them home, and I'd dump them in my salad. I'd make a big old salad, and I'd have a chicken nugget salad. I mean, they're good in a salad. I love to put them in a salad. Susan said, "Here's your meal, $7.99 Royal Crispy Chicken Meal. Double cheeseburger and small fries for $4.99." Susan, you gonna have me running out to Burger King and getting me a hamburger and fries for supper. And I'm intending to eat my my salad. On Poshmark, Mama Yo any. So that will be me. Oh, you sell on Poshmark too, Patty C? Well, the Whopper Junior is the smaller hamburger. If I get a Whopper at all, it's going to be a Whopper Junior. I can't handle the regular Whopper. It's too much. Most time I'm ordering off the dollar menu anyway, so I get the little burgers. Susan has her crock pot meal. Susan said, I've never been to Poshmark. Patty, if you have the link to take Susan to my Poshmark, post it in the live. Copy the address from your browser and put it in the live if you can. I don't know where you're going to either one, so I don't know if you can do it. She can't. Okay. And there's Tenny. Hello, Tenny. Yep, that's right. She's got to be a mod. Yeah, $40. 2 double cheeseburgers, 2 McChickens, 3 small fries, and a filet sandwich. $40. Yeah. I mean, and used to, that was more than I spent on a week's groceries. Well, she might be able just to put the at Linda Hauser and then the number. She probably doesn't have to put the whole link. She might be able to do that in the live chat. Leave out the Poshmark.com and all that and just put everything past that. I don't know if that would work or not. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Patty. Maybe you can put my name in, or I don't know if it has the at sign after the Poshmark.com. And then I think it's got a slash, and then I don't know if it's at Linda Hauser and then the number or what it is. You can put part of it. I use the McDonald's app and get 4 Big Macs for $16. So you get them basically for $4 a piece. That's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. The way things are going, I don't know if prices will ever get any better than what they are. Yeah. Anybody that wants to go to my Poshmark site, put in Poshmark.com / at Linda Hauser 2. I couldn't remember if it was my email or what it was. I'm not buying anything right now. Well, I said I wouldn't either, but I wanted a couple of new dresses that weren't expensive. Just something for every day and be comfortable. So I splurged and spent a little bit, not much. I mean, I can't afford to spend much, and I haven't spent much on clothes or anything to wear in years. Thank you for doing that, Patty. All those handbags that are on Poshmark in my closet, I handmade those myself. Oh wow. 12 pairs of socks for 11 bucks. You did hit the jackpot, Melody. That was less than $1 a piece. Well, you can open Poshmark. Anybody, if you can get on the internet, you can go to Poshmark site. You don't need an app or anything to do that. Just put in poshmark.com/ at Linda Hauser 2, and it'll take you right straight to my closet. You don't need an app. Thank you, Patty. I handmade 2 doll beds on there. One, the bigger one, that the lady actually ordered from me. And as soon as I got it done, I messaged her and told her I was posting it on Poshmark. And she immediately bought it off of Poshmark because the shipping was so much cheaper to do that. Okay, Susan. I mean, I have a lot of stuff I need to list on Poshmark, but I just haven't done it. Like I said, I stay so busy usually with my garden and the lives, doing my cooking videos. I don't have much time for anything. I stay busy, busy, busy. I've had dance shoes, handbags, clothes, electronics, a little bit of everything. I mean, I should remember that link, you know. It's so easy. It's just at Linda Hauser 2. But I never remember it. I don't ever use it to go there. I just click on Poshmark and go there because I've got the app. And it takes me straight to my closet. No, I don't have pots and pans on there. And there's Busy. Greetings from Holland. Hello. Welcome to our chat. Anything you can mail. Well, I try to put up different things at different times, just whatever I have that I come across that I can put on there. I mean, I don't go out looking for stuff to buy to put on Poshmark. A little bit of everything, Melody. I was mostly in sales, retail sales, business sales, selling advertisement for companies, doing their ad layouts, that type of thing. And then after I retired, I started substitute teaching because that was a job that I could take a job one day or not. It was up to me if I wanted to work that next day. And it ended up me working 5 days a week. And I could, if I could have divided myself up, I could have worked 10 days a week. At one time, I was a department manager for Walmart. I was a department manager for J.M. Fields department store in North Carolina years ago. You like the Damn It doll? I made those, and you know, I've given a bunch of them away for like Christmas presents and stuff like that. They're just cute. They're great gifts for people that work in offices and stuff. I just signed up. My browser wouldn't let me look without signing up. What, on Poshmark? I mean, I just went to that site on my other little iPhone here. It took me straight to my site, and I was able to look. I didn't have to sign up. Oh, I worked retail for 15 years, loved it, worked till just couldn't do it anymore. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, especially if you're a department manager, because you got all the responsibility of running that department on your shoulders and getting shelves stocked, all that kind of stuff. I got a cute little Valentine's plaque to hang on your wall on Poshmark that I made. I've got one of my copies of my dad's pictures that he did years ago. I've got a hunting plaque on there that I did. I was just putting stuff on there to see what will sell the best. You love the Barbie couch. I made every one of those. My granddaughter loved them too when she was little. I made her a set for her dolls, and it's got the little storage compartment inside under the seat, so you can store your Barbie clothes or your little shoes or little accessories that fit in there. Amanda said yes, for some reason I'm on my phone. I don't know. So it demanded me to log in with Apple and make a name to browse. Huh. Well, I don't have Apple, so I don't know. I don't know what Apple does. I've never bought an Apple product, not as far as computers or phones or tablets or anything. None of mine are Apple. So I guess maybe they work a little different. I guess with Apple, they want to make sure they can keep track of who's ever browsing the site or something. Who knows? Kind of crazy. But it's a good way to sell on Poshmark because, they handle the shipping and all that. They sent me a shipping label, so I just box up the item and put that shipping label on it, and the postage is paid already. Yeah, see, evidently, Connie, it's something that Apple does. Or somehow she got something else that came up with the Poshmark site. I don't know. Well, I sell one or two things for Barbie, but I haven't sold much. I don't know if it's because people that go to Poshmark are not looking for Barbie stuff or what the deal is. I thought that would have been one of the top sellers, but it's not. Now, I had the lady that ordered the bigger bed. She ordered it for that American doll because, they're pretty good sized dolls. And then she wanted me to, she said, if you ever start making clothes for those dolls, she said, let me know because I'd be in the market to buy outfits for the American doll. But I tried to find out from her what size American doll because, there's a couple of different sizes. And I said, I don't want to just start making clothes for the American doll and it not be the exact size that you need for the doll your granddaughter has. Well, she never let me know, so I didn't know what size to make. That was a painting that my dad did years and years ago. That's of the river back close to where my parents lived. It's still 92 degrees, y'all, and it's 5:30 or 5:34. I thought it was getting later than that, but I don't guess it is. We started at 3. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. You worked 2 full jobs for 10 years. That sounds like me, Connie, when my kids were living at home. There was a lot of times I was working 2 jobs every week. I was working 7 days a week. That got old real fast. Well, see, I don't make Barbie stuff anymore, or I haven't in a long time. I just listed on there some of the stuff that I already had for sale. I take a shower, a cold shower. Like if I get out there and mow that yard this evening or start mowing it, I'll be ready to come in and take a cool shower when I get done. And drink some really cold ice water or something really cold, whether it be tea or Gatorade. We're also missing Randy today. I haven't seen her even pop in chat. April didn't make it. Somebody else had sent me a message saying that they didn't think they were going to make it either. They had some other stuff going on. But I said, that's okay. You can't expect them to drop what they got going on and come to my live. So that's perfectly understandable. Oh, wow. You drink 2 grape flavored per day. Well, it's cooling off. 92 is cooler than it was earlier this afternoon. It got up like 94, pushing 95. And that's not even really hot for Texas. Usually it's 100 or 105. That's normal for Texas. You can see why I put shade cloth up over the garden. That's one reason I usually don't plant on that side of the house, is because it gets full sun all day long. If I had a pergola or whatever you call those things built over the whole top of that garden area to help shade it, would be fantastic. Maybe one day. Got 40 thumbs up with 36 people in the house. Yep, that's hot. That's why I get out there early in the morning or late in the evening, middle of the afternoon. You don't want to be outside doing anything. And I've started wearing long sleeve shirts when I get out in the yard, because look how dark my arms are getting. From here down, they're getting real dark. And I said I need to start wearing some long sleeves to protect my arms from the sun. You're ordering it? You're going to order the painting? Oh my goodness. Yeah, but I don't want any more. I'm going to be wearing a hat and something on my arms from now on. Because I end up with dark arms and dark legs, and the rest of my body's white. My face might be tan, but well, I had poison ivy growing on those 2 tree stumps at one time, but I got some of that stuff that gets rid of poison ivy, and I killed it. And I haven't seen any since, and I hope I don't. Because that was the first time I ever broke out from poison ivies after those trees were cut. I don't know if it's Cape Fear or Black River. I don't remember, but it's one of those. I wish I did know, but I don't remember. It's the Cape Fear River or Black River, because those are the 2 rivers that run close to where my mom and dad's house was, where I grew up. I have no idea, Susan. I just know my chicken's done when it's done. I've never used a meat thermometer on anything. Chicken, it cooks so quick. It'll be falling apart. You know it's done. I mean, you're asking me what temperature should chicken be when it's cooked? You're talking to somebody that cooks the old country way. Old country cooks didn't know what a meat thermometer was. You just cooked your meat and it was done. That was it. And I'm not trying to be smart, Susan. Okay, Patty C, we'll see you on the next one. And I got to get moving too. Because we've been on here right at 3 hours. I think it's time to call it an evening on this chat. Because I've got to get that yard started mowing pretty soon. I got to get another bite to eat for dinner before I get out there and start doing that. But I appreciate each and every one of you that came into my chat today. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have too. Bless everybody that came in to hang out with me. Yeah, my mom never used a meat thermometer. I mean, there was no need for a meat thermometer. You knew how to cook. You knew if your meat was done. Love you too, Susan and Connie and Gladys and all the rest of you, Patty and Joanne. Yeah, slice the meat and peek inside. If it's been cooking in a crock pot for 2 hours, it's probably falling apart. And if it's falling apart, you know it's done. And Tenny, I'm so glad you could make it today. Yep, love and prayers to everybody. Love y'all. See you on my next one. Bye now.